Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to solve optional exercise in linear equations in two variables. Now this is based on class 10 exercise 3.7. Let us read the first question. The ages of two friends Ani and Biju differ by 3 years. Ani's father Dharam is twice as old as Ani and Biju is twice as old as his sister Kathy. The ages of Kathy and Dharam differ by 30 years. Find the ages of Ani and Biju. Now let's move on to the solution. Let me take Ani's age as x and Biju's age as y. Now from the first condition, Ani and Biju differ by 3 years. Now x minus y equal to 3 or x is equal to y plus 3. Let me call this equation 1. Let Dharam's age be d and Kathy's age be c. Now I can use my second condition where they say Dharam is twice as old as Ani. So d equal to 2x. Now from the fourth condition, Kathy and Dharam differ by 30 years. So d minus c equal to 30. Now from a third condition, Biju is twice as old as his sister Kathy. So y equal to 2c. I have named all these equations as 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let us see the next step. Let me substitute 1 and 2. I have d equal to 2x. In place of x, I am going to put y plus 3. So I have d equal to 2 times y plus 3. Now I have y equal to 2c from equation 4. So let me substitute y equal to 2c from equation 4. So I am having d equal to 2 times 2c plus 3. So let me multiply 2 inside. I get d equal to 4c plus 6, which gives me d minus 4c equal to 6. That is my equation 5. Now let us eliminate d from equation 3 and 5. Now equation 3 is nothing but d minus c equal to 30 and equation 5 is nothing but d minus 4c equal to 6. Now in order to eliminate, we need to subtract the equation 5. So I'm going to put wherever there is plus sign, I'm going to put minus, and wherever there is minus sign, I'm going to put plus. So minus d plus 4c and minus 6. Now here I'm going to cancel plus d and minus d. Now I'm left with 3c equal to 24, or in other words c equal to 24 divided by 3, or c equal to 8. Now let me substitute c equal to 8 in equation 3. Now equation 3 is nothing but d minus c equal to 30. So in place of c I'm going to put 8. So d minus 8 equal to 30, or d equal to 30 plus 8, which gives me d equal to 38. Now my next step will be substitute c equal to 8 in equation 4. So I get y equal to 2c from equation 4. So let me substitute c equal to 8 here. So y equal to 2 times 8, or in other words y equal to 16. Now substitute y equal to 16 in equation 1. Equation 1 is nothing but x equal to y plus 3. So x equal to 16 plus 3, which gives me x equal to 19. Therefore Ani's age is 19 years and Biju's age is 16 years. Let's move to the second question. One says, give me 100 friend, I shall then become twice as rich as you are. The other replies, if you give me 10, I shall be 6 times as rich as you are. Tell me what is the amount of their respective capital. This might look a bit tricky, but it's quite easier. Now let's move to the solution. Now let's read the first condition. That is, give me 100 friend. I shall then become twice as rich as you are. Let me be x and the friend be y. Now you are asking your friend to give 100 rupees. Now your friend gives 100 rupees, means your friend loses 100 whereas you are gaining 100. Then I shall become twice as rich as you. Now look at the condition here. So you are gaining 100. So x plus 100 equal to 2 times y minus 100. Now simplify. I get x plus 100 equal to 2 times y minus 200. Now take the minus 100 that side. I get x minus 2y equal to minus 300, which gives me equation 1. Now the other, that is, he's asking, if you give me 10, I shall be 6 times as rich as you. That is, your friend is asking, give me rupees 10 so that I'll become 6 times as rich as you are. Now you are losing 10 rupees. So y plus 10 equal to 6 times x minus 10. Now simplify. I get y plus 10 equal to 6x minus 60, or in other words 6x minus y equal to 70. This gives me equation 2. Now let us eliminate y from equation 1 and 2. Now equation 1 is x minus 2y equal to minus 300 and equation 2 is 6x minus y equal to 70. Now in order to eliminate y, I need to have equation 2 also as 2y. So let me multiply equation 2 by 2. So let me write the first equation, x minus 2y equal to minus 300, and equation 2 multiplied by 2, which gives me 12x minus 2y equal to 140. Now since the signs are same, let me change the plus to minus, minus to plus, and plus to minus. So now here minus 2y and plus 2y gets cancelled. So I'm left with minus 11x equal to minus 440. So minus and minus gets cancelled on both sides. I'm left with x equal to 440 divided by 11, which gives me x equal to 40. Now substitute x equal to 40 in equation 1, which gives me 40 minus 2y equal to minus 300. So let me take the 40 to the other side. So I get minus 2y equal to minus 300 minus 40, which gives me minus 340. So let me cancel minus on both sides. So I get y equal to 340 divided by 2. Now my next step will be y equal to 170 when I divide it. Therefore, I have rupees 40 and my friend has rupees 170. Now let's move on to the third question. A train covered a certain distance at a uniform speed. If the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, it would take 2 hours less than the scheduled time. And if the train was slower by 10 km per hour, it would have taken 3 hours more than the scheduled time. Find the distance covered by the train. Now let's move to the solution. Let the speed of the train be x km per hour. Now here we know that distance is nothing but speed into time. So from here I can write time as distance by speed. So t equal to d by s. Now here we have taken the speed to be x, therefore t equal to d by x. Now let's move on to the first condition. If the train would have been 10 km per hour faster, it would take 2 hours less. So my speed gets increased by 10 km per hour, whereas my time gets reduced by 2 hours. Therefore, d by x plus 10 equal to t minus 2. Now we all know that t is nothing but d by x. So I'm going to substitute over here. So I get d by x plus 10 equal to d by x minus 2. Now let me bring the d by x plus 10 to the other side. So I get d by x minus d by x plus 10 equal to 2, which gives me my first equation. Now let's look at the second condition. When the speed gets reduced by 10 km per hour, the time gets increased by 3 hours. So let me write mathematically. I'm writing d by x minus 10 equal to t plus 3. Now just now we found that t is nothing but d by x. So let me write that d by x minus 10 equal to d by x plus 3. Let me take the d by x the other side. So d by x minus 10 minus d by x equal to 3. Now this gives me the second equation. Now let's move to the first equation which we have got just now. Now let me take the LCM. So my LCM is going to be x and x plus 10. So x into x plus 10 is my LCM. On my numerator I get x plus 10 minus x. Now plus x and minus x gets cancelled, so I'm left with 10d. Now let me take the x into x plus 10 the other side. So I'm getting 2x into x plus 10. Now let me write this as third equation. Now let's move to the second equation. Now here again I'm going to take the LCM. So x into x minus 10 is my LCM. So the numerator is nothing but x plus 10 minus x. So x and minus x gets cancelled. So I'm left with 10d. Now let me take the x into x minus 10 the other side. So I get 10d equal to 3x into x minus 10. Let me call this as equation 4. Now let me equate both equation 3 and 4 because equation 3 as well as equation 4 as 10d. So I have 2x square plus 20x on the one side and 3x square minus 30x on the other side. Now let me bring the 3x square this side. So 3x square minus 2x square equal to 20x plus 30x, which means when I subtract I get x square. Here I'm going to add equal to 50x. Now let me take the 50x to the other side. So I get x square minus 50x equal to 0. Now here something is common, that is x is common here. So let me take x outside. So I'll be having x into x minus 50, which means either x must be equal to 0 or x must be equal to 50. Now let me discard speed equal to 0. Therefore, the other speed is nothing but 50 kilometers per hour. But they have asked us to find the distance. We know that distance is nothing but speed into time. Also, we have found already distance equation there. So let me substitute x equal to 50 in equation 3. Now equation 3 is nothing but 10d equal to 2x into x plus 10. Now let me substitute in place of x as 50. So I get 10d equal to 2 times 50 into 60. So when I multiply, I get 10d equal to 6000. So let me divide. I get d equal to 6000 divided by 10, which gives me d equal to 600. Therefore, the distance is nothing but 600 kilometers. Now let's see the fourth question. The students of a class are made to stand in rows. If 3 students are extra in a row, there would be 1 row less. If 3 students are less in a row, there would be 2 rows more. Let us find the number of students in the class. Now let's move to the solution. Let the number of students in each row be x and that of the rows be y. Now according to my first condition, there are 3 students more in the row and there is 1 row less. So I get x plus 3 into y minus 1 equal to my total number of students. Now let me simplify this. I get xy minus x plus 3y minus 3 equal to xy. Now which gives me minus x plus 3y equal to 3. This gives me equation 1. Now according to my second condition, if 3 students are less in a row, there would be 2 rows more, which gives me x minus 3 into y plus 2 equal to total number of students, that is x into y. Now let me multiply xy plus 2x minus 3y minus 6 equal to xy. Now when I simplify, I get 2x minus 3y equal to 6. This gives me. Now let us eliminate y from equation 1 and 2. Now equation 1 is nothing but minus x plus 3y equal to 3. Equation 2 is nothing but 2x minus 3y equal to 6. Now I just need to cancel because I have plus 3y and minus 3y. Next I get x equal to 9. Now let me substitute x equal to 9 in equation 1. So I get minus 9 plus 3y equal to 3, or 3y equal to 3 plus 9, or 3y equal to 12, which gives me y equal to 12 divided by 3. Therefore y equal to 4. Now therefore the number of students in each row is 9 and the number of rows is 4. Therefore the total number of students in the class is nothing but xy, which is nothing but 9 into 4, which is equal to 36. Now let us move on to the fifth question. In a triangle ABC, angle C equal to 3 times angle B, which is equal to 2 times angle A plus angle B. Find the 3 angles. Now we know that sum of all the 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Based on this, we are going to proceed. Now sum of 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. That is angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degrees. Now from this I can write angle C is nothing but 180 minus angle A plus angle B. Let me call this as equation 1. Also from my question I have angle C is nothing but 2 times angle A plus angle B. Let me call this as equation 2. Now let me equate both these equations. I get 180 minus angle A minus angle B equal to 2 times angle A plus 2 times angle B, which gives me 180 equal to 3 angle A plus 3 times angle B. Now let me divide throughout by 3, which gives me angle A plus angle B equal to 60 degrees. Now let me substitute this in 1. We get angle C equal to 180 minus angle A plus angle B. So in place of angle A plus angle B, I'm going to put 60 degrees. So angle C equal to 180 minus 60, which gives me angle C equal to 120 degrees. Now using my other condition, angle C equal to 3 times angle B, I'm going to substitute angle C here. That is 3 times angle B equal to 120 degrees, which gives me angle B equal to 120 divided by 3, or angle B equal to 40 degrees. Now let me substitute angle B equal to 40 in equation 3. So I get angle A plus 40 equal to 60, or angle A equal to 60 minus 40, which gives me angle A equal to 20 degrees. Therefore, the 3 angles of the triangle ABC is angle A equal to 20 degrees, angle B equal to 40 degrees, and angle C equal to 120 degrees. Now according to my sixth question, they say draw the graphs of the equation 5x minus y equal to 5 and 3x minus y equal to 3. Determine the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines and the y-axis. Now first let me write the table for 5x minus y equal to 5 and then 3x minus y equal to 3. So here 5x minus y equal to 5. So I am going to write one variable in terms of the other. So y equal to 5x minus 5. That is my first one. So for that, I'm going to write the table. So when I put x equal to -2, I get -15. When I put x equal to -1, I get -10. When I put x equal to 0, I get -5. When I put x equal to 1, I get 0. When I put x equal to 2, I get 5. And when I put x equal to 3, I get 10. Now let's move on to the next one, that is 3x minus y equal to 3. Here also I'm going to write one variable in terms of the other. So y equal to 3x minus 3. Here also I'm going to put, in place of x, I'm going to put -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So I get values -6, -9, -6, -3, 0, 3 and 6. Now let me plot this in my graph. So when I plot this, I get a small shaded triangle part there. Now the triangle coordinates are nothing but 1, 0, 0, -3 and 0, -5. Now let us solve the following pair of linear equations. First one, px plus qy equal to p minus q and qx minus py equal to p plus q. So let me take the p minus q inside. So I get px plus qy minus of p minus q equal to 0. Qx minus py minus of p plus q equal to 0. Now whenever we come across problems of this type, it's always better to go on with cross multiplication method. So we know for cross multiplication method, we write the y coefficient first, then the constant, then x coefficient, then the y coefficients again. Now let us see how to multiply x by, now here I'm going to multiply these two, that is q into minus of p plus q. That is what I written here. Then minus, that is a given condition. Then again minus into minus gives me plus, so p into p minus q, that also written here. Next equal to y by, I'm going to multiply these two, so minus p minus q into q, which gives me minus q into p minus q. Again the given condition is going to be minus, since I have a one more minus here, so minus of minus becomes plus, so p into p plus q, so I written here. Again my next step will be minus p into p gives me minus p square, and again the given condition is going to be minus, now q into q gives me q square. Now my next step will be, I'm just going to multiply the terms inside. So x by minus qp minus q square minus p square plus pq equal to y by minus qp plus q square plus p square plus pq, and equal to 1 by minus of p square plus q square, because I've taken the minus outside. And one more thing, I can cancel minus qp and plus qp here. Again I can cancel for here also I can cancel minus qp and plus qp. So let us see what do we get. So after cancellation, I get x by minus p square minus q square. So I take minus outside, so I get x by minus of p square plus q square. Again here also I get y by p square plus q square, because the other things gets cancelled, which is equal to 1 by minus of p square plus q square. Now to find the x, I just need to multiply, I just need to equate, that is I'm just going to equate these two. So I get x by minus of p square plus q square equal to 1 by minus of p square plus q square. So from this I get x is nothing but minus of p square plus q square by minus of p square plus q square. So when I cancel these two, I just get x equal to 1. Similarly, to find the value of y, I just need to equate these two. That is y by p square plus q square equal to 1 by minus of p square plus q square. So let me take the p square plus q square the other side, so I can cancel. I'm left with y equal to -1. Therefore x equal to 1 and y equal to -1. For the second sum, ax plus by equal to c, bx plus ay equal to 1 plus c. Now let me take the c inside. I get ax plus by minus c equal to 0, bx plus ay minus of 1 plus c equal to 0. As I told you previously, sums of this type, let us go for the cross multiplication method, because for elimination or substitution might be a bit tedious. Now for that, let me write the y coefficients first, then the constant, then the x coefficient, and finally the y coefficient. As previously, we are going to write x by, and we are going to multiply these two, and I'm going to write here minus of a into c gives me plus ac equal to y by minus c into b gives me minus bc, minus of minus gives me plus, so a into 1 plus c. Again equal to 1 by a into a gives me a square, and b into b gives me b square, so a square minus b square. Now again I'm going to write this as x by, I'm just multiplying, so minus b minus bc plus ac equal to y by minus bc plus ac equal to 1 by a square minus b square. Now to find the value of x, let me equate these two and I get x by minus b plus c times a minus b equal to 1 by a square minus b square. Similarly, to find the value of y, I'm going to equate these two So I get y by c into a minus b plus a equal to 1 by a square minus b square. I'm just taking the denominator that side, so I'm getting x equal to minus b plus c times a minus b by a square minus b square, or y equal to, I'm just taking the denominator that side, so c times a minus b plus a by a square minus b square. I'm going to rearrange. So x equal to c times a minus b by a square minus b square is my x value, and c times a minus b plus a by a square minus b square is my y value. Now let's move on to the third question. X by a minus y by b equal to 0. Ax plus by equal to a square plus b square. Now let me take the LCM for the first equation. So I get bx minus ay by ab equal to 0. And for the second equation, I'm taking the a square plus b square inside. So I'll be getting ax plus by minus of a square plus b square equal to 0. My first equation will look like bx minus ay equal to 0. I have already told you sums of this type, it is always better to go for cross multiplication method. So here let me write the y coefficients first, then the constant, then the x coefficients, and finally the y coefficients. So here we are writing x by, and I'm going to cross multiply. B into 0 gives me 0, which I have not written here, minus into minus gives me plus, so already minus is there, so I'm putting the minus there, a into a square plus b square, that is also written over here, equal to y by, I'm just going to cross multiply these two, so minus of b into a square plus b square, minus a into 0, anyway I don't need because it becomes 0, 1 by minus a into a gives me minus a square, minus in my formula b into b gives me b square, so minus a square minus b square. Next I'm just going to equate x and my constant. So I get x by minus a into a square plus b square equal to 1 by minus a square minus b square, which gives me x equal to, I'm just taking my denominator that side, that is minus a into a square plus b square. Here I am taking the minus outside, so I get minus a square plus b square. So when I cancel these two, I get x equal to a, because even my minus also gets cancelled. Fine. Now for the value of y, I'm just going to cross multiply these two. So y by minus b into a square plus b square equal to 1 by minus a square minus b square. As usual, I'm going to take the denominator that side. So I get minus b into a square plus b square by, I'm taking the minus outside. So I have minus a square plus b square. So let me cancel these two and also the negative signs. So I get y equal to b. Therefore, the solution for this equations are x equal to a and y equal to b. Let's move on to the fourth question. A minus b into x plus a plus b into y equal to a square minus 2ab minus b square. And the second equation, a plus b into x plus a plus b into y equal to a square plus b square. Here I can use my elimination method because the coefficients of y are the same. Only thing, the signs are different. So let me subtract 2 throughout. So plus a plus b x becomes minus, and here plus becomes minus. This again plus becomes minus and plus becomes minus. Now plus a plus by and minus a plus by gets cancelled. So I'm left with a minus b minus a minus b of x equal to a square minus 2ab minus b square minus a square minus b square. I'm just adding and putting it here. Next, I can cancel a few things. That is, I can cancel plus a and minus a. Here again I can cancel plus a square and minus a square. So when I add these two, I get minus 2bx equal to minus 2ab minus 2b square. Now let me write the next step, that is minus 2bx equal to, I am taking minus 2b outside, so I am left with a plus b. So when I cancel minus 2b on both sides, I am left with x equal to a plus b. This gives the value of x. So x equal to a plus b. Now let me substitute x equal to a plus b in 1. So I get a minus b into a plus b plus a plus b into y equal to a square minus 2ab minus b square. Now a minus b into a plus b is nothing but my identity a square minus b square. Now let me cancel a square on both sides. So I'm going to cancel these two. I'm going to cancel minus b square also on both sides. So I'm left with a plus b y equal to minus 2ab, which gives me y equal to minus 2ab by a plus b. Therefore, the values are x equal to a plus b and y equal to minus 2ab by a plus b. Now let's move on to the fifth question. 152x minus 378y equal to minus 74 minus 378x plus 152y equal to minus 604. Now if you look at these equations closely, the coefficient seems to be very, very large. Either you go for elimination or cross multiplication or substitution, it's going to be very, very tough. And if you see once again, you can see the coefficients of x and y have been interchanged. Now sums of this type, we can use the easy method. The easy method is nothing but we are going to use two cases. In the first case, I'm going to add, and in the second case, I'm going to subtract. So adding equation 1 and 2, I get minus 226x minus 226y equal to minus 678. Now let me divide throughout by minus 226. So I get x plus y equal to 3. Now let me subtract 1 and 2. So I'm going to change the signs of equation 2. Wherever there is minus, I'm going to put plus. So I'm going to get 530x minus 530y equal to 530. Now let me divide throughout by 530. So I get x minus y equal to 1. Now this gives me equation 4. Now let me eliminate y from equation 3 and 4. So let me write the equation 3, x plus y equal to 3, and equation 4, x minus y equal to 1. Now just I'm going to cancel y because I have plus y and minus y. I'm just going to cancel. So I'm left with 2x equal to 4, which gives me x equal to 4 divided by 2, or x is equal to 2. Now let me substitute x equal to 2 in equation 3. So I get 2 plus y equal to 3, or y equal to 3 minus 2, which gives me y equal to 1. Therefore, the values are x equal to 2 and y equal to 1. Now for the eighth sum, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Find the angles of the cyclic quadrilateral. Now the figure has been given here. There's a small change here. It's not 4y plus 2x, it's 4y plus 20. Again, it's not minus 3x, it is minus 7x. So here we all know that in a cyclic quadrilateral the sum of the opposite angles is 180. That is in my figure, angle A plus angle C equal to 180 and angle B plus angle D is also 180. So let me use the first condition. So minus 4x plus 4y plus 20 equal to 180. Now let me take the plus 20 to the other side. So I get minus 4x plus 4y equal to 180 minus 20 gives me 160. Let me divide throughout by 4. So I get minus x plus y equal to 40, which gives me equation 1. Now let me use the second condition, that is 3y minus 5 minus 7x plus 5 equal to 180. Now minus 5 and plus 5 gets cancelled. So I have minus 7x plus 3y equal to 180. That gives me second equation. Now eliminate y from equation 1 and 2. So let me eliminate. For that I have to multiply equation 1 by 3. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 3. Now let me multiply equation 1 by 3. So I get minus 3x plus 3y equal to 120. Now let me write the equation 2, which is nothing but minus 7x plus 3y equal to 180. Now I can eliminate my y, but still I need to change the signs. So minus becomes plus and plus becomes minus. Again plus becomes minus. Now I can cancel plus 3y and minus 3y. So I'm left with 4x equal to minus 60, which gives me x equal to minus 60 divided by 4, or x equal to minus 15. Now let me substitute x equal to minus 15 in equation 1. My equation 1 is nothing but minus x plus y equal to 40. So I get minus of minus 15 is going to be 15 plus y equal to 40, or y equal to 40 minus 15, which gives me y equal to 25. Now let us find the angles. Now angle A is given to be 4y plus 20. So let me substitute in place of y as 25. So 4 25s are 100. So 100 plus 20 gives me 120 degrees. Angle B is nothing but 3y minus 5, which is nothing but 3 times 25 minus 5, or 75 minus 5 gives me 70 degrees. Now for angle C, we have minus 4x. So x is nothing but minus 15. So minus into minus gives me plus. So 15 fours are 60 degrees. Angle D is nothing but minus 7x plus 5. So in place of x, I'm going to put minus 15. So 7 15s are 105 plus 5 gives me 110 degrees. Therefore, angle A is nothing but 120 degrees. Angle B is nothing but 70 degrees. Angle C is nothing but 60 degrees. And angle D is nothing but 110 degrees. So friends, I hope this video will be very helpful while preparing for your exams, and I wish you all the best of luck. Please don't forget to comment on what chapters you'll be needing further. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you.